complete this part 2.
The cops put in a request for backup,
So
and
that's
I don't know
going
why
to
they
be
didn't do
the
this earlier.
third
So the
one.
cops send a
And
emergency
so
call. The dream team congregated there that it's time to leave. Burning
it's
Man
going
is
to be
officially
third
over.
round.
So as the cops tell them it's got to get out in an orderly fashion, the sharks begin approaching
Yeah.
as Mika is still in the water. Ben says the shark is coming, and Mika begins realizing, you know what? This plan was kind of dumb.
Yeah.
Like a toddler came up with this idea. Does it warrant being?
Which one?
No. But is it
Oh,
really a dumb
yes.
idea? Yes. There are now 2 sharks since she had a baby, and she begins touching the baby's face as Mika ignores all the warnings of Sophia, the actual shark expert. As Sophia says, this is a nest, and Mika's like, oh, she won't hurt anyone. And she bases that line on absolutely nothing. Mika decides to just sort of hang out as Sergeant Hamfist jumps in to grab her. Swimming towards her, he grabs her just in time for her to get grabbed and brought up super high by the shark. Seriously, it doesn't warrant the end of her life, but Darwinism is the law of nature, not a suggestion. So Mika is taken under and then ripped in half by baby shark that she was petting. I guess it was kind of dangerous. These are just animals. They're not bonding with you for no reason. What did you think was going to happen? So everyone begins panicking, which is totally unnecessary, despite out of the water where it's safe, as much others begin falling in. Hilarious.
Oh no, you.
Totally didn't pan out.
What?
So the Guardians of the Globe are now disbanded. All you had to do was not do what you just did. This is why you don't run out. Ben gets pushed in and knocked out and looks like she's drowned. So this is now pretty much done as all of the
It's yellow in the mouth bank.
it's just been eaten or drowned.
Close the door.
Now it becomes a feeding frenzy. Good lord, y'all. So in right proper fashion, they begin to retreat out of the area.
Close the door.
The cops start getting grabbed too. So I thought the plan was to avoid a panic as Leo emerges though. Crikey, he's got an arm off, and as he's grabbed in, he's pulled back into the depths, being one of the cops has been ouchies. The hospitals are now inundated with those who were attacked. As it pans out,
Close the door.
one guy is just sort of straight tapping a syringe for like hours. Must be the end of his shift as everyone is not super jazzed about what transpired. But later that morning, Sergeant Hamfist goes and talks to Sophia as she cries. And I mean, you knew Mika for like what, 4 days? 3 of those days were spent insulting you. She was just kind of a jerk the whole time. I don't know, maybe there's something wrong with me. Maybe I wouldn't feel it. Maybe she's in touch with her emotions. Who knows? Sophia, for some reason, also is like, oh, it's my fault. She tried to
How?
everybody. Nobody was listening to you. It's an animal. How is this your fault? Like, even a marginal amount of thinking lets you know that these people walked into a meat grinder of their own volition. So that's their problem. Meanwhile, back at the murder nest, they then find the baby shark is floating at the top of the water. I'm guessing that hippie probably had something.
But they haven't.
Maybe that affected the chemicals inside of the baby shark, I'm guessing. Perhaps. Anyways, Sophia investigates the issue and finds it's bleeding from its gills. Perhaps its own ability to deal with fresh water is not as adept as its mother, and as a result, this has caused these sensitive tissues to swell and burst. Evidently, they adapted to the river, and Paris is a place that can support a unique ecosystem. Of course, later on, I'm pretty sure while they're doing an autopsy on this thing, I did see maybe like a hole in the side of its head, so maybe it did tick around. But cutting open the shark, she then finds babies indicating that it was already animated. Teeth suggest that it's only about 2 months old, but the shark reproduces by parthenogenesis. She's a new species, and they don't stop.
Oh my god, what is going on?
So now these may seem like pretty strange events until you learn about the actual shark reproduction method, which you are actually about to learn about.
Kiss cheese. Kiss cheese.
Mako sharks, in particular being ovoviviparous. This
What
means
is
that
going
eggs
on?
they have are actually internally fertilized as the
What
embryos form, and
is going on in the chat?
organisms. Along with that, interestingly, internally, the embryos will eat one another as they form, which is pretty metal. The purpose of sexual reproduction is simply to diversify the genes of the species, preventing one disease from wiping out the entire population. But asexual reproduction is fairly useful as well. It is known that some sharks are capable of doing this. This is known as parthenogenesis. An unfertilized egg can form a shark, but it does not produce this much young. Being an exact copy of the mother, it's almost like a do-over for the genetic line if the mother takes too long to find a mate. In fact, a hammerhead shark in Nebraska aquarium gave birth without mating recently, which surprised many scientists, as they were thought to just previously sexually. This means mako sharks could also reproduce sexually if they had difficulty finding a partner. And given the size that this mako shark is, it may be that males of her own species didn't classify her as a breedable partner, producing the first female incel shark. Yeah, that was stupid, but you get the point. Because of this may be why her body shifted towards parthenogenesis as opposed to trying to reproduce sexually. This, along with the interference of plastics in her endocrine system and potential cancer passes and sharks
Yay.
naturally kind of go towards
I just
noticed
noticed a word
this is
for
why
it.
she was able to do it. Now, with that said, the offspring being born already pregnant indicates a ton of changes in the biochemistry. Clearly, parthenogenesis is the chosen pathway due to some sort of interest
Oh yeah, we
in the
see.
body that indicates, hey, we aren't getting
Oh,
laid,
yeah.
and we need to have some offspring. As a result, the signaling appears broken in the offspring right out of
Hey,
the gate.
open the
Meaning that the eggs
door.
the offspring were born with immediately enter a state of growing into fully formed sharks almost as soon as the shark is born. And this is likely how it died, unless the bullet wounds didn't go off him, because his body was inundated with this pressure internally along with malnutrition from its own increased growth.
Okay.
Hundreds of clones all vying for nutrition as well. It's likely all sharks that were born have an extremely shortened lifespan as their bodies basically burning the candle at all ends to keep up with the nutritional needs of the
I
offspring.
think it was gonna be like
So,
nightmare.
the mayor's office, they get chewed out for doing exactly what they were supposed
Oh
to
yeah,
do
it was a
because
wizard.
of
Okay.
politicians. As Sophia tells them, hey, there's a
And if
shark
that
there,
was
you need
all,
to catch
let me
the
check
triathlon.
in this game.
This is literally Jaws, but on a river in Paris.
Because it was
Cops, though,
literally
are relieved of their
just
duty as the army's now in charge. The mayor says, the sharks are perfectly harmless to humans. And what sort of crack is this mayor smoking? While they don't typically hunt humans, in no way, shape, or form are they perfectly harmless. Heading over to a bar, Sergeant Handfist is frustrated as he can't help with the shark. Sophia says that they have to do something to stop the triathlon or get the shark out of it. Sophia asks why Sergeant Handfist left the army, and he said it was because he was scared, so he retreated to the police force. Now, I myself have not dealt with that. My girlfriend, who's a captain, kind of laughed at him. Anyway, so Sophia now makes a move, but it doesn't work, and he asks her what they
just
should
close
do.
the door.
What kind of is her plan?
I want to see.
It's like, I'm gonna choose them. Well, basically, all I have to do is set charges, blow the tunnel, trap the shark, sitting it in the water, then find some bones, some trash, a whole bunch of hippie wear, and some other stuff because this is like a broken area leading into the catacombs. Entering, operation cannot possibly fail the second time in minutes. Securing the bridge, triathlon starts as snipers are setting up as well as turrets. Yeah, I guess that is preferable. The cops that show up as the military is in charge. She calls out and lets her team know the military will pass. Mary begins her walk, though, as the president talks to her. She says every precaution was taken and not to worry about it. Yes, that thin net has been applied that was lazily attached to some chains. Remember the first rule of shark safety: have fun. So as the triathlon kicks off, the mayor goes to give a speech. The chief then calls in her team as the military
That's the fifth round.
down to the catacombs. They pass scenic skull
It's going pretty well.
takes a hold of the grill master. As the team then sits in the catacombs, which is somehow even
Not
worse than
gonna
cave
lie.
diving, they find hundreds of sharks above them.
Oh yeah,
Ideal
it's
situation.
cool.
One shark then busts the tower on him, as then Timu, Scarlett Johansson, continues to give her speech as everyone is super jazzed at the start of the event. Firing off a shot, the triathlon begins.
Oh my god, don't close the door on people.
Fish. Very good. Getting the diving gear on, one of the cops rolls backwards off the boat because if you were back in the catacombs, Sophia swims ahead with two turntables and a microphone. As she sets it and begins releasing the rhythmic beating noises calling a larger shark. This was never
What's going on?
why this gets the shark to come to them. Calling to the other cops to figure out where they are, they've been set to charges, but can't seem to find the progenitor shark. They cut the grate to help everyone get out. As they finish setting the charges,
who's that?
Sophia keeps saying, the big shark isn't here. Yeah, no kidding, nobody's seen it. So as the concussive force detonator expert swims away, he's immediately torn apart by the entire group of sharks.
Oh, don't stop trying to kill me.
Dominic goes over and grabs the charge.
That is
and immediately gets
dangerous.
bitten by several sharks, like the
This
guy
is
that
awesome.
just came before him. Surely they had to have known that that stupidity was going to happen. The sharks then start moving in, kind of swarming on everyone as Sergeant Handfist tries to get back to his half-eaten cohort. As the sharks explode, their organs are now 100% liquid. Not necessarily drive the boat around. Seriously, they just do a giant circle for some reason. Sophia and Handfist emerge, having survived. No shot that was going to happen, as that compressional wave that just moved their body was totally going to destroy them. You need to understand that compressional waves are really bad for your nervous system and your organs. We were talking about ruptured lungs, brain damage, heart problems. This is all because while the shock waves moves through your body, it is deforming and tearing at connection
What's
points
going on?
on a cell-by-cell basis. And you know, your neurons really like to maintain their
Who's
connection.
that?
This can cause micro tears, causing fluid buildup rapidly, leading to even more issues,
Don't
paralysis,
tell
your
me.
body continues to struggle.
The
Damage is high enough, while you may still be technically together, your body is just shredded.
which is called a long enough.
So they get asked
And
the
which
rest of
many
the cops are as she
children.
reports back everyone is happy.
And that you can go with spread. Ew, it's ugly.
She never really saw
What?
it was contained in
What in the world is that?
but actually not really. The shark is able to break through because
What is that?
It would totally
What
know that this
is
was just a
that?
wall or something. So as it swims past Sophia, giving her the finger, she begins to ascend. Swimming to the boat, it immediately gets hit as
Ding
the
dong,
box
ding dong.
Sophia and Hamfist swim towards the
Oh
front of
my
the boat as the
God.
other guy gets bitten in half. Ouchies. At this point, the shark then circles the boat, and hearing tasty swimmers not too far away, the
Okay,
giant shark
now
immediately
it's
heads towards the swimmers and breaks the chains.
I don't
This
know.
ravenous
Number
hunter is likely killed by
6.
the fact that if it doesn't constantly eat,
How dare you?
body size would end it along with all of
Well,
the
thank you
sharks
for
there.
opening the
So as
door.
everyone thrashes around
Because
the animal, many of the swimmers start
I-
getting picked off one by one.
I always
Sucks.
get locked
One
out.
woman yells out that there's a shark as
Hey,
swimmers
hey,
stop swimming, making themselves easy
why are we
to
all
hurt
fighting?
as one guy gets grabbed. Surely this is going to be bad for the swimmer economy.
No.
The army then
Hey,
starts
at least it's
firing
not
wildly at the
Funtime
boat.
Freddy.
There is a ton of live shells from World War II
Because
down there.
Funtime Freddy
They
is
have
so
not made
annoying.
Oh, let's not tell them.
And
Let's
I can barely use.
straight up give them things
Why
that can
are
pierce the
you here? I
water
don't know.
relatively deep. But
Oh my
not
God,
tell them
stop trying
what's
to close
actually
the
down there
doors.
staying
I'm
in
trying
the
to look
So the
outside.
last remaining cop then shows up and grabs Hamfist.
Oh my God.
As the shark then starts taking a ton of rounds at this point, some of the rounds start concussively detonating, which stirs up
What is going on? What's that
Everyone
pink gun?
panics, the rounds keep going off as they drop people.
Everyone stay on the tables. Oh my God, what's going on here? Stay on the tables. Stay on the table. Over here.
Sergeant Hamfist was luckily able to float while unconscious, as then she drags him over to the rooftop. At least in some sort of way.
Barely any room
Looking out,
for
the
me.
entire area is flooded as the sharks had survived. They're now
Nope,
patrolling
no
all the
worries.
waters. Literally just wait 3 minutes, and they will be stranded there as water rushes back into the sim.
Oh
As they
my
zoom out,
God.
the entire place is flooded, which is
It's so
not
ugly.
what would happen.
Bruh.
Thus concludes Under
Oh
Paris.
my
So, what is the
God.
actual feasibility?
Don't get on the
While
table.
sharks exist and microplastics can cause
This is our safe zone.
there, or at least it
Please don't get on the
seems
table.
like it can.
You don't get on the table. The animatronic is very old and rusty.
There is almost no chance of this leading to a
Please get off.
part of the Genesis event.
Oh, circuit right over here, alright? Cut.
Life itself, or so organisms, needs the information from both the parent and word-formed viable young, typically. Along with that, changing the environment, along with the perfect storm of growth, and young, is more likely to put so much strain on the body that would drop from an overproduction of cortisol, because it's a lot of stress. Something like this would need several, like a ton of evolutionarily significant events that happen over an entire population that would take place over millions of years. So for this to take place in like 3 years in one individual, it's not happening. But if all of this, as described, were to happen, then sure, it would be
Did I
possible.
even cut it?
But what is
I
the
don't know.
likelihood of that? It's not happening. But anyhow, I want to thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed, then leave a like, it's greatly appreciated. And subscribe, it's greatly
Oh my God.
Discord, Patreon, and
Nugget, what's wrong with you?
but speaking of patrons, I'd like to thank my
You're
first, I'd
trying
like to
to
thank
the
our
way,
guest
are you?
hosts, Death Stancer and thank you very much for your support. Next, I'd like to thank our scientists, Archie Sentinel, Dakota 23, Shade Dragon, Metric System, and
Hey,
Trash
at least it's
Trenchcoat.
not fun
You guys as well.
time.
The rest of my patrons, I do
Oh, well,
appreciate
you get the
y'all's
drill,
support.
right?
You're absolute ballers. Alright, so that's going to do it for me. I hope everyone enjoyed. See
You
y'all
didn't-
next time.
No, no, no.
Let's head back to the octopus. Bye, Janice and Sonny.
So long, man. Be happy.
Is there anything over here? No, it's totally safe.
How much further, Captain?
Not too far. The water is getting a bit rough, though.
I'm hiding.
Come in, please.
We read you, Dashy. Is everything okay?
Well,
There's
if
a
you
big
could
storm
be
heading this way.
oh, that's going to
Suggest
explode.
you return to the octopod as soon as possible.
Thanks, Dashy. We're on our way back right now. Barnacles out.
Fast. Look at the fishy
I think this one is like the 7.
Whenever a storm approaches, fish know to head for deeper water. It's much safer down below. We'll do the same.
Yeah, it is. I think so.
Home sweet
So.
octopod.
Doesn't have things flying. I can't say anything.
This storm could last a while.
It's
It's a big one, Captain.
Goodbye.